The pain of infertility is just like it's constant. Endometrial biopsy came back positive. Endometritis like had a little crash out. So grateful for IVF. And you're supposed to alternate cheeks, so tomorrow we'll do the left cheek. It's gonna get very full and very uncomfortable. The cells that become the baby. It took us like 45 minutes to get the first shot.
What are the things we need to do? We need to do a saline sonogram. Because you had a C-section, I would also recommend doing a biopsy of the lining of the uterus in order to make sure that there is no underlying inflammations.
The killer blood cells, and then what was the other one?
The natural killers and the APA testing.
It's October 7th. I'm on cycle day 6 or 7, and I'm getting a lot of stuff done today. It's one big appointment. We're gonna do an endometrial biopsy. It feels so weird being back at the clinic after so long. Going up these stairs that I feel like I've walked 100 times. It's just bringing back a lot of emotions. I remember driving home from the clinic and just feeling a lot of sadness and then a lot of happiness when the transfer worked. So just lots of emotions today, but we're back. We have one huge appointment today to do all of my pre-transfer testing. We're doing an endometrial biopsy, which I've never had before. We're doing natural killer cell tests and blood clotting disorder and just basic lab work. If all of this testing looks good, we're going to start the transfer meds with my next period, which is super exciting. Okay, we are all done. I got so much blood. I'm surprised I'm not dizzy. We also did an SIS, which is a saline infusion sonogram. She said that looks good. I'm waiting obviously on the results of everything else. I paid $3,300 today because they don't take my insurance anymore and we don't have IVF coverage anymore. So I'm hoping to come out of this entire transfer process with $10,000 or less, and I think if all of my testing comes back normal, we don't have to repeat any tests. I'm hoping that will be the case, but the biopsy was not painful at all. I did take a lot of Advil and it wasn't bad. My endometrial biopsy came back positive for endometritis, which is inflammation of the lining of the uterus. And my doctor said it's most likely from my C-section, which is a bummer because it is gonna set back this transfer. So I just finished 2 weeks of antibiotics for that. And today I'm on cycle day 5. I'm gonna start Nortrel, which is a birth control. I'm going to be on this for 15 days. Then they're going to do a rebiopsy. We're going under the assumption that the rebiopsy is going to be clear, and I'm going to basically stay on a birth control. It's going to be a different one. That's what they said. But basically, I'm going to be staying on the birth control as part of the transfer process. So that's really good news. I don't have to wait like a full additional cycle. So I'll keep you posted. A big part of IVF is going on and off birth control. I'm used to it at this point. It doesn't really affect me, thank goodness, because with all of the going on and going off and switching and all that stuff, I know some people have really bad side effects with birth control, but for me, it's pretty much, everything is very manageable. I just had a little breakdown this morning because I'm still waiting on the results of my second biopsy, and I thought it was going to be 15 days to get the results, but it's 15 working days. And Thanksgiving has been part of those days. So like Thanksgiving, the day after, I'm sure the lab was not working. So in reality, even though it's been 15 days, it's only been like 6 working days. So it could potentially be, today's Thursday, I'm supposed to get the results today, like if it were to be 15 days, but it could potentially be not even next week, but the week after. So I just like had a little crash out because this will put us definitely for January transfer, and I really wanted it to be before Christmas. That's just like the dream that I conjured up in my head, which is just like another reminder to stop with the timelines. Like, it's so frustrating when you create this timeline, this vision, this like alternate reality, and then it just gets pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And I just didn't realize that could happen with subsequent transfers. Like, even though I have a beautiful child, the pain of infertility is just like, it feels like it's constant. And the pain of other people telling you that they're pregnant, it can still be painful for subsequent children, which is what I'm realizing. Anyways, it's all really silly when you think of the grand picture, the grand scheme of things. Hey, which is what I'm trying to tell myself. Like, once I have completed my family, I'm not going to look back and say, oh, these couple of months of a difference made such a difference. Like, in the moment it's painful, but in the long run it's not going to matter. We're never going to think of these things. So I just have to remind myself to stop thinking of timelines and to just let go of all expectations, which is so hard. Who doesn't want to have a Christmas miracle and be pregnant by Christmas? Like, that's just what I envisioned. But anyways, maybe there will be a miracle. Maybe we'll get the results soon. Part of the reason I'm so frustrated is because I'm on Agestin. I've been on it since the biopsy date, so it's been over 2 weeks now, and it just makes me feel so lethargic and grumpy. It's basically like a high dose progesterone type birth control, and it does not make me feel good. So I can't get off of that until my results come in. So that's part of my frustration. I love you. It's also just like a strange and annoying feeling when people are like, we're so surprised that I was going back to the clinic so early, because Jesse was born in October and I went back to the clinic in September when he was 11 months old to like start this process. And some people were like, oh my gosh, like already? Like, are you sure you're ready for the next one? And I'm like, yes, I'm ready. And I know it's gonna take months and months and months. And then a few months later, those same people are like, so are you pregnant yet? Like, what's the holdup? And I'm like, guys, this is why I went back at 11 months, because I knew it would take time. You can't blame anyone because they haven't lived the experience. They don't know what it's like, but it's just a frustrating experience in general. Good news, my biopsy results finally came back. My uterine lining is no longer inflamed. I no longer have endometritis, which is such good news. So they sent all my medications to Walgreens Specialty, and I just got them. Let's do a medication haul. This is only the first batch. I probably have to do 2 more batches of this. This only costed $315, and Walgreens does not take my insurance. So they applied a bunch of coupons, and I'm surprised that it came out to be that affordable. A bunch of estrogen patches. I'm going to be doing 2 patches every 3 days on the lower abdomen, starting in a couple of days. They sent over a bunch of needles. These are the needles that you draw the medication in. These are the needles that you use to inject the buttocks. What we're injecting is progesterone in oil. Not the funnest thing in the world, but definitely not the worst thing. I remember with the first transfer, I was so nervous, but it's actually not that bad and you get used to it. It's a little bit of a thicker viscosity, which is why you need the thick needles. I have progesterone suppositories. Insert 1 capsule vaginally twice daily. Aspirin 81 milligrams and estradiol 2 milligram tablets. Take 1 tablet by mouth twice daily. So I'm starting the estrogen pills and patches, I believe, on Monday, a few days from now. What I've been taking up until tomorrow's my last day of taking Agestin. It's from my knowledge, a progesterone heavy birth control. I've been on this for about 30 days. This actually makes me feel really crappy. It makes me feel like I'm about to get my period every single day, in a sense of like just feeling dull, feeling ugly, feeling like emotionally unwell. So I'm so happy to be ending this. I also got a lot of questions on my first transfer, since I do have endometriosis. That's kind of like the main thing going on with me fertility wise. If I did any down suppression before transfer, the only thing that I did last time and that I'm doing this time is the Agestin. To my knowledge, this could be wrong. This is used to kind of calm down everything that's going on in the uterus before we start stimming with estrogen. I didn't do any Lupron suppression. I'm not sure why. My doctors didn't think I needed that. I didn't do it with the first one, and my transfer was successful the first time. We're 8 days out from transfer day. We just moved into a new house 3 days ago. I wanted to be as settled as possible before transfer because I knew this moving date would line up basically right with transfer. So we really pushed hard to get in the house like 11 days before so that I had enough time to get as settled as possible. I feel like moving after transfer would just be very stressful, and that was confirmed because moving week was so crazy and so busy and so hard on my body. So I'm really glad that we pushed to move before transfer. I'm on my way to my final monitoring appointment. We are 8 days out and I have to find my new route to the clinic, which is so crazy. So if all goes well, I think we're going to be starting progesterone in oil shots in the butt tomorrow or the next day. So let's see how today's appointment goes. It's blood and ultrasound. They check my estrogen to make sure estrogen levels are rising appropriately, and then they check the uterine lining to make sure that it's thickening properly. And the next appointment would be transfer day, which is crazy. I also told everyone my transfer day this time around just because logistics wise, it's easier now that I have a child with childcare. Also with the move, my family helped me move. So just like explaining to them that it has to be this day, otherwise it has to wait. We have to wait like at least a month, and then I would be, God willing, pregnant and sick in my first trimester. I was pretty sick last time. So just for that reason, I just told everyone, hey, here's the date. We're doing a transfer. And that's why everything has to be this way. If I had a magic wand, I would love to wave it and just do everything in secret and then be able to surprise everybody with our pregnancy. But logistically, that's just really hard. That's another thing about doing IVF is that there's so much logistics and planning and appointments and all this stuff that it's hard to have that like magic of finding out you're pregnant, telling people and surprising them and all this stuff. And people are already asking us the gender and if we have names. So like there's very little magic left and I want to preserve as much of it as I can. But logistically, it's just really hard when you need help to go to appointments and childcare. And I'm so grateful for my family. So all in all, I will do anything to have the children that God wants me to have. And it's all amazing things. It's just something that I'm expressing, so I don't want this to be mistaken as ungratefulness because I'm so grateful for IVF and so grateful to be able to be a mom. Those are just my thoughts for the day. I got my results. My lining is 9.1. I'm assuming millimeters, and they want it to be above 9, so we are good to go. My transfer is 7 days away, and I'm locking in when it comes to my diet. I did this last time too. I'm trying to eat very low inflammatory and just eating more whole foods and cutting out sugar and things that could be inflammatory. So I meal prepped some potatoes. I want to do sweet potatoes, but I already had white potatoes, so I'm using those up. Sweet potatoes with ground chicken, seasoned with taco seasoning, some cottage cheese, hot sauce, and honey. And I don't have avocado, but I'm gonna run to the store so I can have avocado with this and just really lock in so that I'm giving my body the best possible chance at having this embryo stick. I think it's very common to eat beets around this time too. I didn't really do that the first time because I really don't like beets. And something I'm not doing this time is acupuncture. I really thought about it, but number one, it's super expensive. It's $80 a session. And number two, it's just hard with childcare to have so many appointments. I already have so many appointments for the IVF, so to have also the acupuncture. And I'm also like, if it's God's will for me to get pregnant with this transfer, I will, whether I did the acupuncture or not. So that's kind of my mentality around it. But I know that if it doesn't work, I'm gonna look back and say I should have just done it just in case. But I really don't think it's going to make or break the decision. But again, I'm not a doctor. I could be wrong. I just hope it works. I just hope it works. One of the things that I've been doing religiously since my first stims and egg retrieval is drinking electrolytes. My doctor recommended it from day one. He was like, you need to be on some kind of electrolytes. We want to create those nice juicy eggs. So that's when I learned about Element. I've been using Element for years and they've been a huge support to my channel. Honestly, they kind of feel like family at this point because I've been drinking them through the highest and lowest moments of my TTC journey. There's so few things that we can control when it comes to TTC IVF. Really the only things we can do is eat healthy, exercise, and stay hydrated, and I really love Element, so I do have a discount for you guys. They're partnering with me today and I'm so grateful. Each packet has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Been using them from day one of my IVF journey since it was recommended to me. I did have really good results with my egg retrieval and I'm hoping that this transfer works as well. Everybody needs to maintain proper electrolyte levels, whether you are an athlete or not. If you're TTC, breastfeeding, pregnant. These are very crucial years of our life. We need to make sure we have proper levels. So if you're doing IVF, talk to your doctor. Once you get the green light to do electrolytes, definitely check out Element. I'll have them linked down below. You can use my code. You can get a free sample pack with your purchase. It's only available through my link. You got to go to drinkelement.com/RachelV. That's DRINKLMNT.com and use code RachelV. Thank you so much, Element. Really? It is time for the dreaded Pio shots. Progesterone oil. We don't need any refresher courses. We know what to do from last time. It's pretty straightforward. So we have a vial of progesterone in sesame oil. It's 10 ml per vial. We're doing 1 ml every single day in the upper glute. It's an intramuscular injection, which means it's a longer needle so that it can reach into your muscle. We have 2 types of needles. We have the pulling needle, which is a thicker gauge. And then we're gonna switch the needle to 23 gauge, which is the blue one. A little bit skinnier, less painful going in the skin. We have an alcohol prep pad for cleaning and some gauze. I usually do bleed. So this is to hold pressure. I don't do any of the heating or cold compresses. I tried that last time for the first few days and then I got lazy and I didn't really find that it made a difference in my soreness afterwards because your glutes get like really tight and sore. But then after a few weeks, your body gets used to it and it's as if nothing happened. Last time I did these shots until 10 weeks pregnant, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same runaround. And we are 5 days out from transfer, so the morning of transfer is going to be my 6th shot, and that's how it was last time too. Just gotta double check that the protocol is the same, because if it's not, that's something I would have to ask and be like, hey, last time it was like this time it's not. Like, is there a reason for that, since last time everything went well? Let's do it. Yes, so get mentally ready. Let me know when you're ready.
Are you gonna show that on camera?
No. Jesse. Okay, you gotta go fast, okay?
Jesse, go play. Come here. Come here, Bubba.
Yeah. Jesse. The first time we did this last time, it took us like 45 minutes to get the first shot. Mostly AJ.
1, 2, 3.
That wasn't bad at all. The only thing I do after is I massage it to just make sure that the oil gets like dispersed, and so that it doesn't form a knot everywhere. It will still form a big knot, but hopefully this prevents.
I have to check if I got the location right.
And then you're supposed to alternate cheeks. So tomorrow we'll do the left cheek, give the right cheek a break because the right cheek will be pretty sore tomorrow. It's the night before transfer. Jesse, you're gonna be a big brother, God willing, tomorrow. I made a big pot of a chili today because the legend says that you're supposed to eat warm, hearty stews and soups to promote warmth, keep the embryo warm so that it sticks. So I made a big batch that I can eat for the next few days. I feel so much more relaxed this time around, obviously because I have Jesse. I'm a lot more distracted, so I'm not thinking about it 24/7. I forget all of the time that I have a transfer. It's so crazy to think about the difference. Last time I was so sleep deprived just from anxiety. I couldn't sleep. So the difference in mindset is amazing. I love how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling cautiously optimistic, but part of me is like thinking that it won't work just because the first one did work. So I'm like, what are the odds that I'm so blessed and lucky? You know what I mean? So that's in the back of my mind, but trying to be positive. I got a massage today. It was AJ's Christmas present to me. He wanted me to be relaxed before transfer, and it was really nice. So those are the vibes for the night. Super chill. I'm like so relaxed. I've been sleeping great and I'm very grateful. One more night's sleep until I'm pregnant, until proven otherwise, which is so exciting. Which side are you doing?
It's this time. Yes.
This side? Are you eating your breakfast?
Jesse.
What did you do?
What I always wanted, I could never have it. Gone before I grabbed it, over before it started. No,
This is the embryo transfer room. Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Yeah. Okay, so the nurse is gonna come in and check that my bladder is full enough because they need it to be very full to properly see the uterus and put the embryo in. So the most uncomfortable part is the full bladder, but they let me let a little bit out. So I'm like, I'm okay, but it's gonna get very full and very uncomfortable, and then embryo transfer. We have a cool vibe light shining up. Vibes are good.
Are you mean and push on your belly for a little bit here. There's no embryo yet. She's just getting the catheter all set.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
Good.
So your shirt says I believe in miracles. Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Right here. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, that was a really good flash. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Good
Was
show.
that the embryo?
The embryo with water or air. So, Francis is just going to check the catheter to make sure the embryo didn't stick. If for some reason it did, we'll do the process again. As long as it did not, I'll replace the progesterone, take out the speculum, and then you can go and empty your bladder completely.
Okay.
All clear.
Home from transfer. We've actually been home for a while. I just actually took a nap, and Jesse's been hanging out with AJ all day since technically I'm supposed to be on modified bed rest, which basically just means no lifting, just going to the kitchen, to the bathroom. I'm supposed to do that for today, and then the next 2 days, like 48 hours total. Transfer went so smooth. We're so happy. It was like flawless compared to the first time. The first time the embryo got stuck in the catheter twice, and this time it just shot right in. We could see it on the screen. It was so cool. And they actually gave us the top of the petri dish that the embryo was in as a keepsake, which was so cool because we didn't get that with Jesse. This is what the embryo looks like. How crazy. It's already hatching out of its shell, which is a good sign. The embryologist was telling me that these cells right here are the cells that become the baby, and then I believe this is the sac. I'm not sure, I'll have to confirm that, but very, very happy with how it went today. Feeling very calm and peaceful. I got a call from the clinic that my estrogen and progesterone levels are really good. She said my estrogen was like 351 and my progesterone was 46 or something, so both are looking good. I continue my meds as prescribed, no changes. I'm about to heat up some chili for dinner. We went to the best wrap place for lunch. It's called Vinny's Cafe. It's like a famous place here, but it's in Boca. So we came on our way down since the transfer was in Jupiter. It was an 1.5-hour drive, but it was worth it because, like I said, everything went so smooth. So that's the vibe. Vibes are good. Just relaxing. It's 2 days past transfer, and the hardest part of this waiting period is just forgetting that I'm not supposed to be lifting anything, because I try to pick up Jesse like 50 times a day, or I'll try to like move a box or something. AJ yells at me like 3 times a day because I legitimately forget. So that's been the hardest part, but I feel great, feeling very chill, and I still forget all of the time that I'm technically pregnant right now. I think I'm gonna wait until 4 days past transfer to test. I did that last time. I think I'm gonna wait till Sunday. Today's Friday, so Sunday will be 4 days past transfer, and see if I can get a line. I did get a squinter on night 3 last time, but I'm really trying to wait. I don't want to be disappointed, so I'm kind of like trying to wait as long as I can and make myself wait, because I just don't want to face it yet. I don't know, but I feel like by day 4 I should definitely see something if it's there. In the meantime, I'm trying to lay low. I've been trying to be as sedentary as possible, but it's so hard with a toddler, and AJ's super busy, so he's been doing all the diaper changes and all like the lifting in and out of the crib and whatnot, but I'm still with Jesse all day, so it's hard not to pick up your child. But I think it's just out of an abundance of caution that they tell you not to lift anything over like 25 pounds. So I really don't think it's really not gonna make or break anything, but I'm trying to follow instructions. Okay, I am 4 days past embryo transfer with the day 6 PGT normal embryo. It's noon, so I tried to wait as long as possible, but I need to test right now. I'm so nervous. I've been really chill and peaceful this whole time, this whole transfer process, but today I'm like, today's the day. I'm so nervous. I'm like shaking. Yeah, I put it in. I just haven't looked yet. We have to give it a second. Where are you going? We'll give it a second. I've been cramping, you guys, non-stop all morning, and I'm worried that that's like not good.
Don't look. Only me.